there, Ninbuzz. There was a 3DS conference, so there's a lot of 3DS news for you today. I'm going to run through a lot of it. First off, of course, are the release dates. March 25th is Europe, and March 27th is the US. That is when the 3DS will be coming out. And the price will be $249.99. I know a lot of people have been complaining about it, but do keep in mind that, for one, the PSP Go, its rival, sold for the same price, and since it was before, that means the PSP Go sold for a higher price because of inflation. And secondly, all of the consoles that you're comparing this price to, they're all 6 years old. Like, people call like the Xbox 360 and the PS3 next-gen. They're not next-gen consoles. They're from 6 years ago. The 3DS is the only next-gen console that currently exists because, well, I'm sure there are others, but it's the only one that's been announced. So yeah, $250. There's also been a bunch of other features confirmed for the 3DS, including a virtual console for Game Boy games. You know, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. They've already confirmed Link's Awakening, and, you know, a whole bunch of other Game Boy games that you weren't able to play before, so that is pretty awesome. They're also revolutionizing, which means simplifying the friend codes, because you know how before they were like, you had to put in a friend code for every single game, and then if you put the cartridge in a different DS, even though it's the same cartridge, you have to make a new friend code, and it's really stupid. Alright, well, it's just one per console now. They simplified it a lot. We're all very thankful for it, and we all wish that they'd gotten the hint 5 years ago. There were a few other things. I'm not going to list them all here, but I am going to link you to a post. It's in the description. It gives you all about the 3DS, and it has a link to the whole video. There was like a 1-hour presentation. You can just watch the whole thing online if you want to see everything that it does. It has some like cool Wi-Fi stuff, etc. I'm also going to link you to the Ocarina of Time 3DS English footage. That is English-speaking footage. It's pretty interesting. Like, you can definitely tell how much the graphics have been improved for the 3DS version. And it's also funny because the guy is bad at the game and dies to Goma. Well, that's all for now. I might do something again. I wasn't really planning on it. I was just doing this one because it's a pretty big announcement. And the Nintendo News guy is currently away. But I don't know. It really depends. Like, you know, if there's a lot of support for this, if you guys like this idea of me doing news on Ninbuzz, then be sure to like the video, comment on the video, because otherwise I will probably be driven away, like I always do, by the stupid Ninbuzz comments that always appear. There's people that are like, is this a girl or a boy? Are you Professor Oak? Are you unable to... Yeah, Ninbuzz comments. But don't worry, there's lots of good Ninbuzz commenters. It's just YouTube comments in general and make people rage. So yeah, I will see you next time. If you're interested in Zelda news in general, I do have a Facebook and Twitter for Zelda Universe. I'll link that in the description too, and that updates daily with new Zelda and important general news stuff. So see you next time.